The US Senate has moved forward with a major Russia sanctions bill that could put pressure on countries buying Russian energy. The Senate voted 86 to 12 to clear the first procedural hurdle for the bipartisan legislation, which would give President Donald Trump powers to impose fresh sanctions and tariffs on Russia and its energy partners. The bill could allow tariffs of up to 100% on the 5 largest purchasers of Russian oil and gas, along with fines targeting entities helping Moscow evade sanctions. Democratic Senator Richard Blumenthal said the measure was designed to target countries that continue to support Russia's energy revenues. He specifically named China and India, saying they purchase the vast majority of oil and gas and are helping fuel Russia's war machine.
It's carefully crafted to make sure we are not hitting our allies and that we are hitting China and India. Let's be really blunt. China and India are the main culprits here. They purchase the vast majority of oil and gas. They are fueling Russia's war machine, and they are doing us no favors anywhere else in the world.
India and China are at the center of attention because they have emerged as two of Russia's biggest energy buyers. India increased purchase of discounted Russian crude, making Moscow one of its largest suppliers. In June 2026, India's Russian crude imports rose to around 2.7 million barrels per day, accounting for more than half of the country's total crude imports. Interestingly, despite considerable drop in Russian imports, European Union still bought Russian goods worth over $11 billion in the first 5 months of 2026, according to the latest Eurostat data. The proposed US measure, however, does not automatically impose a 100% tariff. The bill creates a framework that allows the president to decide whether and how much tariff action should be taken based on buying patterns and national interest considerations. Apart from India and China, the countries mentioned as potential targets include Slovakia, Hungary, and Azerbaijan. The bill still needs final approval from Congress before it can become law, with implementation expected later this year. The proposed sanctions come at a sensitive moment for India-US ties as both countries continue negotiations on a bilateral trade agreement. New Delhi has argued that targeting countries like India while allowing exemptions for some others could create concerns over fairness and impact economic ties. Washington, meanwhile, says the goal is to cut Russia's ability to finance the war in Ukraine by targeting revenues from its energy exports. Now for more on this, our editor of Foreign Affairs, Siddhant Sibbal, has sent us this report. Listen in.
The US Senate has advanced the Russia sanctions bill that imposes tariffs up to 100% on countries that have been importing Russian energy. Now it will have a huge impact on India, given the fact that India has been importing large amount of Russian energy. Now India has clearly pointed out that India imports the energy as part of its own economic necessity. We know that in the past as well there have been tariffs imposed by Trump administration on India, but that hasn't stopped India from buying or cutting its energy imports from Russia. India sees Russia as an important partner country. India sees Russia as a country which can supply a lot of energy at a decent rate, and we know that India is currently planning the upcoming India-Russia summit, for which the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi will travel to Russia. But of course, the bill which is being taken by the US legislative system will be closely watched by New Delhi. It also has presidential waivers as well. With video journalist Siddhant Sibbal for WION in New Delhi.